Welcome everybody to a January 31st gold analysis. Got my coffee, ready to do some analysis on gold. Been a while. I think the last one was in December for this, but I'm gonna redo the lines today, show some macros, show some news that's coming up this week. I'm gonna get these done weekly again, see where the price of gold could potentially head, different zones, supports, etc. I do trade gold most time. I mean, you guys saw on Friday I traded Euro USD, but gold is my baby girl. I do trade that. It's the best thing. So let's get started here. Actually, I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit. All right. So we see this is a quarterly chart, right? The quarterly gives a kind of holistic view of the price of gold. We see this bullish move up, almost to like what 2100 here. After that, nice move down. Last quarter was like a doji consolidation candle. This quarter, this is just January so far. Still got February and March to go. But we can see it's kind of like selling off on the quarter. But we could also see a push up. It had that resistance level reached and also this higher low that's being formed. Potentially we could see it go up, or we could see a pullback to finish off the quarter. We have to be kind of careful of that. When we go to the month, we see the month finished off pretty. That's a very indecisive candle, to be honest, because in December it was bullish. Then last month it was just going up and down. It was very volatile. I mean, there was some good intraday moves, etc. I did think this candle would be green to finish off January. That's what I was anticipating for most of the week. That didn't really happen. We had a nice sell-off near the end. Silver actually shot up. Silver might be the trade that goes on going forward. That might be because relative to gold, it's not where it should be according to most analysts. But anyways, let's go to the weekly. Weekly, we do see different levels, different zones being respected. I'm gonna redo those. I'm gonna actually have different levels here, which we could base our trading off of. Makes it a lot easier. And I think we're just gonna go back into the most recent one. So that's gonna be like 1995. What was that? I'll do that. So we're gonna get our levels going here. We're gonna get this one is about 1895 that we're looking at. A nice little resistance there. That's the weekly, and then I think I'm gonna put another one around 1825. Seems like a nice area that price has been respecting there on the weekly. I've been wanting to redo these levels for a while now, just for the fact that my old levels, they were nice, but now I feel like they're kind of outdated. This one's like 1860. We can see the price has been respecting around that area, especially this week too. Kind of tapped into there and pushed lower, and then we're gonna kind of clean it up a bit here. It's 1825, so we're gonna go move that. I usually go a little bit above and below the zone. Kind of gives me sort of a idea of how it goes, and I think it's one. Whoops. Never mind. I think this is like periods or something, but I gotta fix that anyways. That'll work. So 280 on that side. This one was 1860, so we're gonna go 1861, 1859. There we go. That was pretty easy. Same thing here. What I say this level was again? Sorry, give me a sec. 1895. So we're gonna go 1896, 1894. So that's my weekly levels that I'm gonna be looking at. because it's in that range right now. If it does break above, it's going to be easy. If it breaks below, that's pretty easy too. And you know what? Yeah, I'll draw the upper level here, 1895. Just kind of like as a guideline, 1895. And the lower level here, 1785. Obviously, these are just estimates, kind of like zones, but you can tell as it gets closer to these levels, that price might respect it and get to that level. So now we do our same thing, kind of like have a dollar above and below. Whoops, gonna mess that up. $54, and then this one is about $280. Perfect. Same thing here. 1784, 1785, 86, and adjust it. So those are the zones I'm going to be looking at on the weekly. Kind of cleans it up a bit. Break it down to the daily. We do see the price respecting the support. That's a nice resistance. You see how it taps there, pushes lower. We do have a support around like 1840 though. I could see that. You see how the price has been going around this area at 1840. So we're just going to add another zone in there. The upper area here around, I want to say like 1870, 1871. It's been, no wonder it just taps into there and just drops after. Yeah, besides that, I mean, it's been pretty standard. Oh, whoops. Been pretty standard here. So we have those zones marked on the daily. And this one up here at 1871, actually, that's been pretty nice for a little while now. Same with that 1860 zone. So that just gives us like an idea, right, of sorry, give me a sec, of idea of where the price could go potentially, how it could move, etc. And different zones it could respect potentially. So yeah, I mean, it's got to adjust it here. Give me a second. There we go. And then going forward, we'll be using these new zones. The ones I was using before were about like pretty much last quarter, October till December. They were pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie, they actually worked out pretty nicely. But as the chart progresses, new zones are created, new levels are created, and we just have to kind of get used to that, right? So, whoops. I just do it that way. There we go. So we have all those zones marked. Kind of clean it up a bit. Currently the price finished around like 1848 on my chart. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that level. This 4 hour it's different. Usually it opens up at 3, but commodities market opens up at 4. That's kind of the difference there. But we can see based off this 4 hour, we're in a pretty nice range. If we do want to look at the real 4 hour, I do have another chart on it. And it's basically the same thing. There's no real difference on it. And then break it down to the hour. Hour, we could literally see we're in that same range. We drew those lines out from weekly, daily, and now basically we're in there. We're in it. Depending what happens, I'll do what I'm going to be looking for. It's not going to be the exact thing that might happen, but we could see this big ass range we're in. If you go zone to zone of 300 pips, that's a fucking fat range, if I have to say so. You buy, you sell, you basically play that cycle that's been happening over the last little while. Overall, I am bullish. I'm a gold bull. That might be my kind of bias for it. That's why you see on the Instagram page there's a lot of gold buys. I do feel like with stimulus, high inflation, erosion of the US dollar, you're going to get a push up in gold. But obviously, you got to play both sides, be ready for both sides, and see how that turns out. I'm going to go to the month first. We're at the start of the new month. Actually, before I get to that, let's look at the dollar index. The dollar index is a big key. You can see it's at a support right now. We have this range, but just considering stimulus, more money being pumped in the market, Janet Yellen being a money pumping freak as the Secretary Treasury of the United States, she's just going to keep pumping money into the economy. That's what she's going to do. That's what she's meant to do. But we can see that support being formed. You just got to play a cycle up and down. I feel like we're going to get a retracement on the dollar, which means for gold, we might see a little move down before going up. It is the start of the new month too. Usually the start of the new month, you do need a lower wick before you rocket upwards. So one thing I really do want to look at coming into this month, so this is a monthly right now. I feel like the monthly is going to get that lower wick down. So that might happen here. Just considering that this candlestick didn't go green, if it's broken that low of last week, we might see a test of the lows in January, maybe at this wick, and then a push up, or we could see a potential wick down to start the week and then the push up. Really depends how it trades. This kind of sell off at the end, that was pretty interesting. Considering we're in a range as well, we might just trade within the range. I'm going to draw this out based off of the daily first. So first, I feel like we're in a range right now. And I'm going to draw this out kind of here. Maybe if I go to the hour, it's more clear. Nah, I'm going to go to the daily. It's more clear on the daily. So we're in this range right here. It's been going on for a little while, but you're going to get like a nice little breakout. So I'm going to have that zone in there. Put an arrow here and go, oh, that's not an arrow. Arrow here. Say we're currently in a range. Currently in a range. Right? Because the price has been going around that area, that 300 pip range we're in right now. And then we're gonna see the different moves, potential. You see a potential up move to start the week, followed by move zone to zone. Or we could see it respect that level and push down to the range. And then we do have the lows being broken here, or a potential wick fill to test the lows. So that's the one thing I'm going to be looking at. Kind of make it clear and concise here. So I'm going to start the text here. Currently in a range. I'll just go with this range. We could potentially see gold, the upper level. Gold push higher. Respect the upper level and either sell off or push past it on a high volume towards higher level. So that's going to be their easy buys. Above the support. at 1870 to 75 area. If price pushes past this area, then clean move to next zone at 1895. Funny thing is, the simulation yesterday, that 1895 area was respected from way back in October. Let's look at it actually. Yeah, right here, you see this candlestick? Push. Yeah, I think that October. Oh no, that was a Friday, the October 9th. But that Thursday we were trading, respected that area, and then it pushed past up. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. That was the simulation from yesterday. Clear sells when the support from last week breaks on high volume, and if lower levels break, then easy zone to, let me go level to level, easy level to level movement. There we go. And then obviously we're gonna need the news. Here's the news. Just have it up on this screen. We see ISM manufacturing, ADP non-farm employment change, ISM services PMI, unemployment claims, average hourly earnings month over month, NFP on Friday. So Friday is a big news day. Monday, that's at 8 a.m. on the one show at 11 a.m. 6:15, we have the non-farm employment change. So basically, Friday is going to be the big day that affects trading, the most volume that comes in there. I'll put it here now. We're going to go Monday, Feb 1. We have 8 o'clock a.m. PMI, Tuesday, Feb 2. Nothing. Wednesday, Feb 3 at 8. Whoops, 6:15. 6:15 a.m. Actually go like that. 6:15 a.m. We have ADP non-farm change, and then at 8 o'clock a.m. ISM services PMI. There we got Thursday, Feb 4th, at 6:30 a.m. Whoops, it's not 6. 6:30 a.m. on employment claims. And then Friday, Feb 5th, biggest news day, 6:30 a.m. We have average hourly earnings and FP change on employment rate. There we go. So that's it for the news there, currently in a range. Analysis is pretty good here, I think. Gives us a clear indication of what to expect for the price of gold. I'm going to actually screenshot it on my... Yeah, I was just checking my stream, making sure it works perfect. Yeah, so that's basically it. That's just what I see. Different moves that could potentially happen on gold. Cleaned up the levels, made new zones, made a range, gave trading ideas, gave the news. I want to overanalyze it. I don't want to be biased towards either side, although I did say I was biased towards the buy side long term. I do feel like it's going to hit 2,500 this year, but that's neither here nor there. I look at intraday moves. Intraday moves, we could see a potential up move or a down move, or just continue pushing down. It is the start of the new month. Could see some wick down forming, news coming in, more stimulus being added, etc. But other than that, this is basically it for the gold analysis. And we'll get to trading tomorrow on it, see how it opens when the market opens here. But other than that, hope everybody has a good Sunday. Thanks for anybody tuning in, and trade safe tomorrow.